So when I was in high school, I had this friend, let's call her Pendo. And Pendo was very different from me. It always felt like this was one of the students that knew exactly what brought her to school. And the rest of us were just cruising and busy being storytellers and noisemakers, which never really bothered me because at that particular age of 15, I already knew I was going to be a storyteller. Whatever people tell me I am too much about, which is speaking, aka noisemaking in high school, was what was going to put food on my table. I didn't know how or when, but I knew I was going to do it because I'm very good at it. But Pendo was very quiet. She used to sit at the front. Whatever she wanted to do with her life involved the sciences. She was an A student. We were very different. I only used to see A's when it came to Kiswahili exams, when it came to English exams, sometimes geography in there, but the rest of the other subjects miss me. But she was an A student. And if she would fail, she would get a B+. That was her worst. And her best was always A and A minuses. And for some reason, we became quite close. Couldn't understand why. We had nothing in common.
That I'm aware of.
But we became quite close to a point. Now she would come and tell me, Michelle, just try and study this mathematics. Don't make noise in class. And that never bothered me. What bothered me is how close we were getting. We were close to a point. Our schedules started aligning. I think she used to shower in the morning. Now she used to shower in the evening with me so that we can spend more time together. We used to go to the dorms at the same time. She was with me during lunch breaks and all other kinds of breaks. She always wanted to hang out with me. And I was the kind of person that today I'm with person A, tomorrow B, C, because I'm a storyteller. I like connecting. I also don't attach, but I think that was a storyline that I used to give myself at that particular point. So my friends that are backbenchers like I would tell me each and every time, oh my God, Michelle, I see now you're hanging around with the who is who when it comes to the exams.
Another banger.
And the who is who when it comes to being strict in life.
Another banger.
And the who is who when it comes to, I know exactly what brought me to school. I knew my parents' car brought me to school.
That is being stupid, totally optimally stupid. They are suffering from cognitive dissonance. They deserve what you call mental rejuvenation. In normal English, that...
I mean, not literally, but I think you get the gist of it. And other people who used to sit at the front and get all A's knew exactly what brought them to this institution. The rest of us seemed like we were just cruising through it and waiting to just complete and be out of here. And these are some of the behaviors that I had that genuinely made me feel like I'm just an all people's person. I should not attach to one person. But when I look back, so that we can get into the topic that I want to get into, I was so scared of being close to someone. I was so scared of letting them down. I was so scared of them letting me down and getting hurt. So I will do anything at any cost to avoid being your friend like that. Because being your friend comes with a certain commitment and with a certain responsibility. You're going through this, I'm going to be there with you. I'm going through this, you need to be there. I never wanted to open up anything about me. I just wanted to give stories, to be honest. I really wanted to give stories. I just wanted to go to music festivals and drama festivals. Man, I just wanted to do public speaking. I didn't even want to do chemistry and all those other things. So when you're staying in a place with this many people, there's an urge for people to connect. And I just wanted to connect on the surface level by being this funny, chaotic girl. But please do not try and get to know me. And I don't want to know you as well. And so I started withdrawing with zero explanation. So it was like, Michelle, do you want to go to the dorms? It's time for, and I'd be like, no, there's someone else who has asked me to help them improve their Kiswahili. What about that? What are you going to do? Oh, I have a friend at Form 4 that she needs my help with. Well, I'm planning so that I can go and do Kiswahili public speaking for music festivals. I generally started withdrawing. Because I remember, like, what pushed me was the fact that that day, because we used to be in the same dorms. Now, if I describe a lot, maybe guys from high school will know who exactly I'm talking about. But we used to be in the same dorm. And I I think that day we held hands going to class. And that really bothered me because I felt like we have gotten so close. Now there are things that you expect from me. And if I start expecting things from you, you might let me down. And so I started spending less time with them. I started talking to them less, which really pained me, to be honest. But I still did it in the name of, you know what, actually, I'm protecting them. I'm protecting them because it's never going to work out. It's not going to be like that. It's not that serious. And this was in 2017. We're in 2026. It's taken me approximately 8 to 9 years to realize that what I was doing isn't right. And that is why I want to get into the topic of relationship trauma. And this was my high school edition. Relationship, be it I love you, want to be with you, spend the rest of my life, have 20 kids with you. Relationship, be it we are friends and we have each other's backs. And I learned that closeness is not the same as control. All my high school life, apart from when I found someone as chaotic as I, and very free and doesn't care about all this, let's stick together till the end, don't ever talk to anybody else. I'm not saying that Pendo was like that, but I found someone so free-spirited that today I could just be their friend, tomorrow not talk to them much, and it'd be just cool. And that's the girl that ended up being my best friend. The rest, I was always withdrawing, and I think I did that with 2 people. But again, if I could see them, I will genuinely say that I am sorry. I'm sorry that I treated you that way because I was acting from my own fears. Because nobody deserves that. Trust me, in my life, in my dating life, in my friendship life, I've met avoidance. I do not recommend. I recommend you meet them when you're healing or when you're healed. Because you just look at them and say, honey, I know somebody hurt you when you were a kid. But then again, I understand you and I don't deserve this treatment. But when you meet avoidance and anxious attached people and fearful avoidance, dismissive avoidance, people with a lot of ego, when you are still navigating yourself and you're also deep in your trauma, it's very difficult. And so I have had to learn that closeness is not equal to danger. It is not equal to I'm going to let you down, you're going to let me down. We are both human. I'm going to make mistakes, you're going to make mistakes. Can we put the ego down and say that I am sorry and correct? Can you put the ego down and say that you're sorry and we correct ourselves? Can we apologize? Can we be human? Can we carry humanity? Can we be humble and open with each other? Those are the questions that I should have asked myself, but thank God I ask myself right now. And I used to take advice from people that whose lives I didn't want. And that is something else that I had to learn the hard way. That is something else that I had to learn the hard way. Because I have been doing that till I think somewhere last year. It's that someone will critique a friendship of mine, a relationship of mine, something that I'm pursuing when they don't know what I'm going through. And they don't know where I'm coming from. And they don't know what it has taken me to be there. And so sometimes I usually look at someone and I say, okay, for example, what are you critiquing? You're critiquing my friendship with this particular person. You don't know how long we've been friends. You don't know me. Most people think that they know you, but they don't know you. You don't know me because I never tell you about me. In my moments of joy, it's not you that I call. And in my moments of happiness, my moments of kizungu jamani, kilikuja na wakoloni. English of the colonizer. Anyway.
Ew. Just please. You are.
When I'm happy, when I'm at my happiest, I don't call you. When I'm at my lowest, I don't call you. So you know me because I am familiar to you. But you do not know me. So there is nothing that warrants you to give me advice. And there is nothing that warrants me to take advice from you. Because the life that you're living, I don't want it. I don't want it. The kind of friendships that you have, I don't want them. So why would I be taking advice from you? And I really had to filter what people say, how they advise me, and what I take in. Genuinely. Which at some point really messed my work with content creation, because this one will tell me this one will tell me this. And then I realized, why am I listening to you when you do not know the struggles of sitting in front of a camera? dealing with wounds of visibility, fear of being seen, maybe imposter syndrome. You don't know what it feels like. Why should I get editing advice from you when you've never sat in front of a laptop and felt like your head is going to burst because you thought you would fix it in post-production and it's not getting fixed? Why should I listen to you about relationships? Why? When time and time again you continue to not choose yourself, why should I listen to you about relationships? When every person that you claimed to love, you could not keep them. You have to be careful about the people that you listen to. Because in that same school, I listened to a lot of people who convinced me that is too much. You cannot have a friend from high school and keep a friend from high school. Everyone here is two-faced. You cannot be that close to someone. Because genuinely, I started feeling bad for doing this to Pendo. I had to ask for advice. Is what I'm doing right? Yes, what you're doing is right. You're choosing yourself, but that is not choosing yourself if you're continuously harming someone else who's not harming you in any way. This is someone just trying to love you and being your friend. The hard way. So if you're listening to this, I'm just giving you a hack. Something that could have taken you 6 years to learn, guess what? It's in a 30-minute YouTube video.
You don't get it yet, do you? I just gave you an opportunity of a lifetime, brother.
I also had to learn boundaries are healthier than disappearing. And it depends with the situation. So in these situations, boundaries were healthier than disappearing. It was easy to tell someone that I feel like we have gotten too close. Probably I'm not the type to hold hands. Probably I'm not the type that we walk together every time, every day. Probably I need to socialize with a lot of people. It's okay. I could have said these things. I could have said, I love you, you're my friend, I'll always be there for you. Let's give each other space. Let's have boundaries. I just could have said that. And I don't blame the people who gave me advice. I took it. And I also don't blame that girl for not knowing better. But if this girl does such things, I 100% know there's a price to pay because currently the universe knows that I know. So with what you know, what type of better are you doing? Because I could have genuinely done better with Pendo at this particular point. But because she's not the one in my life, I am absolutely doing better with my friends. I am communicating, I'm establishing boundaries. And when I'm feeling low and maybe I cannot be able to speak about it at this current moment, I do so. And I do so every time with my best friend, which is my mom. And sometimes when I'm going through things and I see this might affect how we relate at this particular moment, I tell her. Sometimes I tell her, pass by my house, there's something that I need to tell you. And she comes. And she listens. But what if I said, we're getting too close? If you get too close, you're going to hurt me. Yes, your friends might hurt you. Yes, my best friend might hurt me. But we can talk about it. We can say sorry to each other. We can establish better boundaries. And at the same time, you have to recognize that there are people you can never establish boundaries with. There is someone you can tell 1,000,000 times, this is my life, be out of it. Where?
I'm coming down. Drink my water.
Take my advice with a pinch of salt and also take my advice with a lot of wisdom. Because there are friends that genuinely want to be your friends and there are people who don't. So it's not everyone that's for boundaries. There are people that are for disappearing. Because clearly they want to put you in the mental hospital. I'm telling you. So as much as boundaries are more healthier than disappearing, sometimes disappearing is more healthier. Analyze the situation, my love. Because you're wise. I also learned that unhealed patterns make you reject everything you want. Now, how can we say I rejected everything I want when all I wanted was not to be close so that I hurt someone or get hurt? I'm talking about subconsciously. There are things that you want consciously. But there's how you've been programmed and there's how you've programmed yourself. Be it trauma, be it school, be it experiences, be it what you see, what you listen to. That prevent you from wanting the things that you claim to want cautiously. So subconsciously, you want to be close with people. You want to be loved and you want to love. You want the world to be all rainbows and sunshine. And when it's not all rainbows and when it's not
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show. I'm done.
And when it's not all rainbows and sunshine, you want to know how to navigate when it's not all rainbows and sunshine. But my love, how are you going to do that when you avoid the one thing that's put us on earth, which is to have the human experience? You cannot have the human experience alone. Connect, get hurt, make mistakes, apologize, move on, figure out this person isn't for you, find better, and be better. So I realized that most of the things that I subconsciously wanted, I was pushing them out because I had unhealed patterns. Patterns of listening to people that I shouldn't be listening to, patterns of being scared to be close with people, patterns of avoidance, and sometimes patterns of anxious attachment styles. And I realized everything that I want is on the other side of inner work. And I have said this so many times. And everything that I want is on the other side of looking cringe. Everything that I want is on the other side of establishing boundaries and telling someone, hey, you know what? I appreciate what you're doing, but at this particular point, no, I shouldn't be listening to you. I shouldn't. Because me feeling sorry for you and feeling sorry for your ego is genuinely hurting my life and my mental health. So no, I will not listen to you. I will go look for a therapist and listen to a therapist. And if that therapist doesn't suit me, I will look for another one. So no, I will not listen to you. I will not. I will go and look for an influencer that has done it. And I'll listen to them. I'll not listen to you. You have never been on stage, given a microphone, and had to do what I'm trying to do. So no, I will not listen to you. I will not listen to you because now that I'm going through whatever I am going through, you don't know how I ended up in that situation. I do not open up to you. You do not know how I have been navigating friendships, how I'm navigating them now, and how I wish to navigate them. So no, I'll not take advice from you. I'll not take critique from you. Please do that. And at the same time, you can look at me when I'm doing this video and you say, this one is a content creator, she's a storyteller. But what I want to do is sell my products online. There's nothing I can tell you about selling products online, my love. But there's someone else who can tell you about selling products online because they are selling. Maybe because they are strategies for online marketers. And I've also become very cautious about what I tell people and about my audience. Because I cannot tell you how to bring up kids. I might have 1 or 2 cents about it. And if you don't follow what I say, I will not care. I've never had kids. I cannot tell you how to bring one. Maybe I can tell you about what to not do to lose friendships, what to do to keep friendships, because I'm also learning it. But if you go to a psychologist and the psychologist tells you something else, I cannot argue with it. That's their field. So I'm also saying take my advice with a pinch of salt, take my advice with a lot of wisdom. Apply it to your situation however it fits. And when we meet outside there and you tell me the advice that you gave, only 1% of it could work with me, I will be happy. Only 0% worked, great. Because again, the people that I used to ask advice from, whenever I questioned it, they will be so mad. Kai. Because when I was in Form 1, I remember a girl that was in Form 3 that would go and ask things because I think she's older. And she would tell me something and it wouldn't sit with me well. And I'd also analyze the situations she's in and I'd say, now if I do this, my friends will be like yours. I'll have no connections. But anyway, see, I don't want those connections, but I want them. And when I took her advice with a pinch of salt, filtered it, refused to use it, or used just a little % of it, now she would be mad. She would be like, now I tell you what to do, and you don't do it. Hey! And I'd I'd be so scared that an older person is angry at me.
My head is splitting, man. Sorry. Oh God, what kind of sudden headache is this?
And I'm just, used to be called freshers, or freshers is for high school. Is for uni. No, freshers is for uni. Mono. Thanks. I'm just a mono in high school. And you were informed you're in senior school. You've told me to do A, B, and C, and I've gone and I've done Z, X, and Q. And now you're mad at me. Even those people, you cannot establish boundaries with such people. Disappear. I'm telling you, if you can disappear, if you can do and disappear, genuinely disappear. Now, this is the advice that I want you to take 100%. Disappear. When someone cannot respect boundaries, you're dealing with something else. You're dealing with something else that is further from human. It's either you're dealing with a psychopath or a narcissist. And there is not akuna ule beta. What the two guy? Well, wait. So what?
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm screaming like that because now I can just picture myself when I was 19 years old, and the kind of people that I used to deal with. So figure out your friendships, figure out your relationships, go out there, be loved and love. And carry a lot of wisdom. And listen to the people that genuinely matter to you. Listen to people that care. Don't listen to people who want to tell you because they feel like they know. Don't go and ask a chemistry teacher how to write an essay that will take you to Oxford University. Ask your teacher of English. And don't ask your teacher of English how to use litmus paper. Ask your chemistry teacher. It's not about the chemistry teacher and your teacher of English. It's genuinely about life. See you on the next episode. I love you guys. I'm sorry that last episode wasn't there. I'm going to put a snippet here. I recorded an episode with my friend. We just couldn't figure out the audio. But you know what? That's the beauty of life and content creation. A mishap happens. And you know what? You wake up and the next week you give people an episode. I love you. And subscribe.
One does it better. Body curving, how she swerving like a traveler. We can have a party in the favela. Body curving, how she swerving like a traveler. We can have a party in the you never seen this before. Now I got 4 songs on a billboard. You don't even know about me, no. Used to listen to so much, you know. They said I would never get better. They said I would never get better. Da 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 da. Party in there, party in there. Da 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 da. Party in there, party in there. Da 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 da. Listen, I'm out when she see that motion. Yeah, yeah. No one does it